Good evening, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. I hope you are all having a lovely Christmas Eve. I just got back home from Christmas Mass with my family, and in fact, I am still wearing my suit. And I think it looks absolutely stunning. Let me know what you've been doing. Um, Today, how you've been celebrating Christmas Eve. In this video, I am going to be reviewing Scott Pilgrim Volumes 1 and 2 by Bryan Lee O'Malley. And honestly, I am not impressed. This one has about 360 pages or so, and I rated it 2 out of 5 stars. So, yeah, I was honestly not particularly impressed. To be fair, I did ask a friend of mine who had just watched the movie whether the series is worth my money or not, and she said that it wasn't really based on her experience of watching the movie. So I did love how I got to read the first two volumes in the full color edition, and it certainly made it much simpler for me to differentiate between the characters, and I can only compare and contrast because I borrowed the third volume from the library and it had no color at all. I will be reviewing the third volume very, very soon in another video, by the way. And the main issue with that was that many characters looked alike. It was very different to tell them apart. Honestly, the story is very simplistic, and just to give you a bit of context, I don't think it would be possible to spoil this since there really isn't much of a plot going on. It's very generic. So basically, Scott Pilgrim is a 23-year-old man child described as happy go lucky, despite being rather disorganized and careless, which I suppose can be um, a way of categorizing happy go lucky. He falls in love with a girl. It's love at first sight. Her name is Ramona Flowers, and she tells him that for her to be his girlfriend, he'd have to defeat her seven evil ex boyfriends. And she's not really sure whether it's seven or eight at the stage. So, honestly, at this point, I started thinking of Ramona as a bit of a slut, and I completely. Um, my respect for her completely went out the window, and I honestly felt quite badly for Scott, who probably has balls bluer than his jacket to settle for somebody like Ramona, to be honest. I mean, they all have their share of problems, but at the same time, it's hard to empathize that much. A shame we couldn't see them in the full color edition, talking about his blue balls, by the way, since I certainly didn't in the black and white one. So, that being said, Scott is apparently a man of many talents. He forms part of a band, can skateboard as well to a certain degree, and can do martial arts. And to let you know everything about this, it is told from his perspective, and he tends to be quite an unreliable narrator since many scenes have to do with his imagination or our dreams, and the reader is not told straight away, so it is very difficult to tell whether we should believe the narrator or not. He does mention how he doesn't consume alcohol, save for on special occasions, so I don't really understand how he's such a doof still, honestly. I feel as though Pilgrim is a bit of a cunt as well when it comes to treating people right emotionally, and he comes across as a person who has broken several hearts, and Knives Chow is one of those hearts, and for some reason, she still has a massive crush on the guy, even though he let her know that they wouldn't work out because of Ramona forming part of the picture now. And it was overall an extremely quick read, and all the gay jokes weren't funny. Honestly, I wouldn't say that they're in bad taste. They just didn't land, in my opinion, and they were very bland, very boring sort of jokes, stupid sort of banter. And in this one, Pilgrim defeats two of seven, or perhaps eight evil ex boyfriends. Um, we don't yet know how many there will be, although I do believe there will be a big boss sort of character towards the end of the story, since there is video game logic followed over here. So what was fun about this was how when characters are destroyed, coins are dropped, and this also adds to my argument that there is a lot of video game logic, which is fun and entertaining. There isn't a page marking the split between the first and the second volume, so it was hard for me to tell when to stop with the first one, which is called Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life. And the second one, not sure if you can see these. Okay, and the second one, which is called Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So I couldn't really tell when one finished and the other began. The chapters just continued accordingly. And the third volume did the same thing. So, despite the characters being developed relatively well, as far as graphic novels are concerned, I didn't quite enjoy the plot as there doesn't seem to be much of a point to it, and it's very simplistic and underwhelming, save for the action once every few chapters. The banter often pissed me off, and the characters are very moody and illogical to a point where they come across as unrealistic. And of course, I am always keeping in mind that this is told from Pilgrim's perspective. So I would like to apologize if I came across as a bit negative, but I really wasn't impressed by Scott Pilgrim. I've been told about it from several sources telling me that I should give it a go, that it's something that I would probably enjoy. And honestly, it just didn't hit the mark. I was very underwhelmed. I don't think I would recommend it because I can summarize it and give the details accordingly very easily, so I could prevent the time it would take you to either read or watch it. That being said, I do intend on watching the movie just to see whether it's any better. So do let me know in the comment section whether the movie is worth watching or not. And I do reply to every single comment, basically. So give me all the feedback you can about the video if you enjoyed it, about the rest of the series. I have 3 volumes to go. Not sure if I will continue reading them. But if you enjoyed my video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the rest of the content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. I will probably be reviewing Scott Pilgrim Volume 3 in that one, so stay tuned. And I hope you're all having a lovely um, Christmas Eve. It is the 24th of December. Hopefully, you're all feeling rather festive. And if you're not going to watch the other videos, I would like to thank you all for making 2024 such a special year for me on YouTube. Take a look at the shorts as well. And I'll see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye, guys.